Sometimes we like to feel the test and burn of our knuckles strained beyond our limits from the frantic actions that they're forced to perform in arthritis-inducing trophy hunts. Platinums that push us to the brink are the ones that we remember most vividly, most profoundly, most proudly. But do you know what's more impressive than a truly hard platinum? A trilogy of them. So if you have the skills, the confidence, and the cojones, here are the perfect trilogies only pro gamers can platinum. So let's go, you utter legend, you. And we're gonna begin with gaming royalty. The FromSoft series that titillates and terrifies so many. With a glorious, unique system, incredible maps with more secrets than that Victoria lass that I always see on adverts. Bosses so beastly and brutal they make the Winchesters run and hide, and lore so rich that Tolkien would jerk off while playing them. The Dark Souls trilogy is an infamous test according to some in the community, and I know a lot of hunters who have been at this for 10 years or more that have a strong belief that your hunting credibility depends entirely on whether or not you have some of these on your list. Elitist maybe, but hunting of any type is based on quality or quantity, and the quality of a Souls Platinum is arguably greater than most. Personally, I look at a trophy list as a gamer's history, their life story with PlayStation, and I don't care what they've platted. I just want to know the story behind what they did. However, I do like seeing Souls games on lists because they are fucking great games, big fucking commitments, and fantastic fucking platinums. There are now, of course, a ton of exploits to make remastered a ton easier, and with summoning buddies to help, it can turn it into a breeze in the park. But what's the point in earning such a respectable platinum if you don't actually earn it? But what says you? Is the journey you take with a platinum, or the platinum itself, and only the platinum, that truly matters? Let me know by typing J for journey or P for plat. Now, you could do the PS3 version, which I would imagine being quite rough, especially for younger gamers or those of us with the old ADHD. Loading times on the PS3 are fucking painful, like listening to a 4-hour monologue about period pain with no breaks or intermissions, and your girlfriend giving you a blow-by-blow account of her experience in your ear at the same time. Or it's like having to go to your kid's fucking Christmas concert and oh my god, they are fucking dreadful. Kids are absolutely awful, and their whiny high-pitched squealing is like chalk on a chalkboard to me. So looking at the platinum without exploits and being carried by a knightly friend with the back strength of an ox, it seems utterly brutal. And I've totally changed my mind. Go cheat away. Cheat away, my friends! Dark Souls is a time commitment as much as a test of your gaming skills. It's a bare minimum 70-hour completion and an 8 out of 10 difficulty that lays ahead of you. The platinum looks complex, and a guide might be essential to you attaining this illustrious platinum trophy. Now, Bloodborne only players beware, because Dark Souls operates vastly different to BB, and although there's a huge amount of similarities, there are an equal amount of differences. You should approach Dark Souls completely fresh, treating it as an entirely new game. I'm only playing the story on the remaster for the moment, and will go back to do the platinum in the future. One for the backlog, I reckon. I plan to make it my 200th platinum, but I've chosen another one, which will now be my focus. And a video revealing what game I picked out will be out soon, so make sure you're subbed with notifications on so you don't miss it. Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin, a divisive game in the trilogy, most hate, but some seem to absolutely love it. Scholar of the First Sin is much looser in terms of the continuity. The third game is the true successor to the first, but Scholar has a rich and intricate narrative under the surface that requires effort and attention to decipher. First Sin has an easier trophy list, and although you must undertake 3 runs, as the easiest way to get your 3 Covenant spells will be to buy them in New Game++. I think this can be done in other ways, but I'm not entirely sure. If you do, let us know. Be a hero, help your fellow hunters out. The 6 out of 10 difficulty might be a little generous, and certainly would be higher for Souls noobs, and the 80-hour completion will obviously vary with skill level. Now again, as is a common theme with Souls games, there is a lot of stuff that is missable, so guides may again be essential, but complex platinums are tough platinums, and managing to navigate yourself through these will certainly elevate your standing as a trophy hunter. Apparently, that's what I've been told. I think you should only play these things if you absolutely want to. They are wonderful, macabre masterpieces, but they're very specific games, and if it's not your jam, it's not your jam. It's that simple. Dark Souls 3 gets a 6 out of 10 on PSNP2, but with greater completion time. Over 100 hours of bonfire lighting, exploring, fighting, dying, reviving, and hunting down your lost souls. The third game has you find all the collectibles and reach different story endings, and throws in the collectibles into your New Game++ run, ensuring that you don't just start a game with a fresh save, or go back back using safe scumming. FromSoft really are the most masterful, maniacal developers, letting you farm your heart out in hopes to go OP and smash your way through. They drop the amount of souls that enemies drop and rise the price of everything. You earn less, but everything costs more, and now I suddenly understand the world's current economical situation completely. The Souls Trilogy is a glorious piece of gaming brilliance that anyone interested in should definitely play, and any invested trophy hunter should absolutely try and platinum. Like I should, but it's just, this isn't about me, okay? Atari Flashbacks Volume 1 to 3. You'd think at my ancient age these old Atari classics would be a walk in the park for me. Well, you'd be more wrong than getting Pennywise to be the entertainment for your kid's birthday party. Unless you're the McGanns, of course. Okay, that one was too far, I apologise.
Psych! That's the wrong number!
But much like England fans resorting to Neanderthal-level violence after once again losing on penalties, you too might feel a rising rage from the repetitious defeat of these utterly agonising old games. Because these platinums might actually break some of you. ZXL takes no responsibility for consequences of your gaming behaviour. He is not to be listened to. He is a total idiot. All platinums earned at your own risk. There's no real story to recount. I mean there is, but it's like 150 fucking games and I don't have time for that, do you? No, exactly. Good. Tango Bang Bang, Centipede Go Chomp Chomp. Some of these games are quintessentially old man games, ancient ancestors of what we play now from a bygone age long forgotten. But they are here now to torment us as badly as they tormented our ancestors in that primitive age. Can we outdo them and earn these archaeological marvels? Or will we crash and crumble and fail like they did? Probably. I don't know if they failed or not because they didn't have platinums, so we are just better than them really, aren't we? Can we get all 3 platinums? All 3 games have a save exploit that seemingly makes some trophies easier, but when it takes the difficulties of all 3 games from a 10 out of 10, which they all are in their native state, to an 8 out of 10, which they all are with the save exploit, it's like taking a bucket of water out of the ocean when someone's drowning in it. It's okay, honey, I'll empty the water out. Theoretically, all 3 can be done in 20 hours, but that would be like saying you can finish a marathon in an hour, but you're speeding away in a car while everyone else is running. It'll take as long as it takes you to master these insanely infuriating ancient arcade classics. Having said that, I love some gaming history, and it doesn't get any more gamier or historyier than Atari's top shelf selection. And in these collections are some absolutely brilliant classics that you may only have heard of, some that you may never even have heard of at all. They are very much worth having a play on, even if you don't want to go for that platinum. And a word of Welsh wisdom to the young out there: where you can, experience the past to understand the present and be more prepared for the future. And to those akin to my age, go take your painkillers and don't forget to organise your recycling before the bin men come in the morning. Volume 1 has Centipede, Black Widow, Yar's Revenge and Tank Pong. Absolute vintage gaming. Volume 2 has Missile Command, Actual Asteroids and Crystal Castles. Absolutely mint. Volume 3 brings Saboteur, Avalanche and Canyon Bomber to the party. So many of these games have really laid out the foundations for a lot of what we have today, and I'd love to be able to earn these platinums and show the amazing Atari a little appreciation. Pattern recognition and reaction times are all that matters in most of these games, but there is a crippling level of RNG, which makes even the easy looking trophies a struggle. Skill levels and intelligence will determine your success in others, as tactical games were popular in the Atari days. Trophies that may cause considerable stress and hair loss include, but are not limited to, the Digging Deep Goldie in Volume 1 requires you complete level 81 of Tempest without losing a life. Beating the AI in Warlords without a wall is going to be tough, to say the least, like trying to win a game of FIFA in PvP online with no goalkeeper between the sticks. Personally, the one I quit on was the Space Jockey Goldie for basically performing a perfect landing in Lunar Lander, and that's a physics game that feels more like a torture device designed to drive gamers insane. Volume 2 doesn't ease up with more trophies from hell that will have the tendons in your hands tense and taut, ready to snap as you frantically smash away at the buttons trying desperately to earn them. This Goldie is pure hell, and honestly, reaching Admiral is like getting the Emperor trophy in Elder Scrolls Online. Possible, but highly improbable. 2 Asteroids trophies round off my pick for most painful trophies on the way to Volume 2's Platinum: the On Rocking Your World Goldie for hitting the insane score of 50,000, but doing so without dying once. The second is the UFO Hunter, which is kind of the same actually, as if you earn it, you'd have an insane amount of in-game points that would be close at least to the Unlocking Your World Goldie, because it's for killing 10 UFOs without dying. Sadly, both of these will be done separately though, as they are tied to different versions of asteroids in the collection. Finally, the third game has a Commander Goldie for, you guessed it, reaching Commander level, and this time your military promotion is in Star Raiders. But Yar's Revenge comes back swiftly from Volume 1 to force us once again to earn 300,000 points for the Yar's Strike Back in Yar's Return. You'll also have to finish the entire game of Adventure 2 with no deaths, but this is obviously one the save exploit will help with, and this kind of explains why this is the least rare in the trilogy. What say you? Are these outstanding arcade classics worthy of your time and frustration? Are you god tier enough to show Gen X that you can beat them at their own games better than they could? Or are you, Gen X, crying that your age brings limitations like arthritis and a bad back and bad eyesight, and that may stop you from getting these nostalgic plats? Because they're my excuses. Let me know. Now, this list may be shorter than usual, but I don't want to add games just for the sake of it. I think quality over quantity and all that, and I have saved my pick of the bunch for last, as always. The Devil May Cry, but his platinums will definitely make us weep, or at least rage and shout at our monitors or TVs a hell of a lot. I make a weird constipated noise when I'm raging. What about you? What's your rage face like? Show me on X or in my Discord server. The links are in the description and the bio. Devil May Cry follows Dante, a demon hunting badass with a cool cowboy hat and an awesome jacket. There are rivalries and plots, dead parents with legendary legacies, and old evils desperate to devour poor Dante, and you'll have to beat it all to get the original DMC Trilogy platinums to your account. DMC 1 sees you face off against Mundus, who is plotting to invade the human world. Allied with Trish, Dante must stop the invasion at any cost, and on the way you'll learn all about Dante, his past and lineage, as he learns more about his dearly departed dad. The platinum is rough, an 8 out of 10 with a 25 to 30 hour completion, as you will have to beat the game 3 times on differing difficulties. Complete a level without taking damage, do your best OG Kratos impression, and collect 50,000 red orbs. Grab all the guns and finish a run without using any of your yellow orbs. Your hard playthrough will be helped slightly if you have done certain things, such as max out your health bar for the Blue Devil Goldie. Finally, there is the notorious Dante Must Die difficulty run. That will be the platinum breaker for some, as it'll test every skill and mechanic that you've learned and push you to the max of your sanity and your skill. DMC 2 is the one where Dante goes bye-bye at the end. He has to stop some rich business dickhead that looks like an Aldi version of Elon Musk, but Dante has to stop this Aldi Elon from summoning a demon that will turn him into a demon or something I can't fucking remember. DMC 2 has the easiest trophy list known to Dante and is a super simple 3 out of 10. The third game picks up the difficulty a little, as it has a 6 out of 10 as the franchise goes into prequel mode, and again, very much like God of War's prequel, it focuses on Dante's relationship with his brother. Devil May Cry came in 2001, God of War came in 2005, and obviously DMC has very much influenced God of War, and the two have then had a rather synergetic kind of relationship going forward, taking influence and inspiration from each other. Point is that if you like one, you are very likely to enjoy the other, because you can see this in so many ways, through the gameplay, through the design, through some of the mechanics. If you are a big Kratos fan but haven't yet slipped into Dante's shoes, then maybe it's time to giddy up and put on that cowboy hat. But a single 8 out of 10 followed by a 3 and a 6 is nowhere near God standard, is it? It's simply just not enough to warrant such a high level of adulation that I'm seemingly giving it here. And that is because I'm not. You see, Devil May Cry 1 to 3 is available in a collection, so I'm adding DMC 4 and 5 to this trilogy because technically now it is a trilogy of purchases either at your local game shop or on the PS Store, as opposed to a strict trilogy of games. But you're God tier. You're fine with that, aren't you? You can handle it. You wouldn't grumble about a little extra work, a little more challenge, would you? Is that what God tier gamers do? So Devil May Cry 4 is the Nero-led fourth call that sees him uncover a plot by the Order of the Sword, and he has to work with Dante to stop their evil plan. Go Winchesters, go! Wait, no, sorry, wrong fandom, but I swear DMC always feels one cutscene away from a Jeffrey Dean Morgan cameo, and 4 brings the S ranks and the sheer misery that the Devil May Cry Platinums are most well known for. You'll once again complete the game multiple times on multiple difficulties, but this time you'll S rank every level on every difficulty with every character. Well, not every character, because some you'll have to beat every boss with triple S ranks. So yeah, have fun with that. DMC 1 to 3 are very doable, even if the first game is a rough ride through Dante's personal hell. But 4 and 5 are nightmare fuel that makes their Freddy Kruegers out there shit their bed. But even then, the pain of 4 is not over, not by a long shot, as the final stretch of that platinum is by far one of the hardest trophy list finales out there. You have to take on the Bloody Palace, which is simply survivor mode. But you have to survive it for 101 stages, and you have to S-rank every single wave. You can't make this stuff. Well, I mean, someone did make this stuff up, but Jesus Christ. 8 out of 10 platinum, okay. 100-hour platinum, of pain. And then DMC 5 is practically identical. But for more on the 5th game's gruesome platinum, go check out Guy Firuski's epic video on how he got that Ultra Red Delight in this trophy cabinet. And let's all wish Joel and Emma a huge congratulations on the birth of their baby. They're going to be the most wonderful, amazing parents. We love you guys. Congratulations. Are you one of the gods out there with some of these? What about all of these? Or are you going to avoid these games like I avoid my mum's calls? Kidding, mum, I never ignore you, ever. Tell me your thoughts in the comments. Be good to each other, yourselves, and your mums. Be good to your mums.